Black Fox News editor-in-chief Bishop Grady, man, street reporter of the New World Order, giving y'all editor's note. This is not a BFN report, but things been happening out here in the United States of America in 2022 that I have to address before it gets worse. And when I say addressing, I'm not just talking about the hundreds of millions in America, but I'm talking about the billions around the world, because a lot of people look at America and watch how they set the trends, whether it's out of fear or out of admiration or just out of intelligence, because America is quite ahead as far as comfortability, even as far as living and all of that, in a lot of ways, ostensibly at the very least, right? So we set the trend, so this needs to be addressed. There's mass shootings happening, and there's these quick calls to jump to gun legislation, gun reform, gun control. Like, these are like mottos now, and people to the point where you don't even have to specify what these things mean anymore, even though we have hundreds of gun laws on the books already. Sometimes these things are actually a matter of like the laws themselves not being enforced. So it is not necessarily the solution to jump to like, oh, we need more gun legislation, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be somebody purposely letting some of these things slide, and that needs to be addressed. So I'm gonna start there and saying, like, you know, we need to change our form of thinking of it. Also, when they say a mass shooting happens, a mass shooting is something where 3 or more people get killed. You know, so sometimes when you see these numbers, like how they said, there's been 20 mass shootings in the United States since the one that happened in Uvalde, Texas last week or whatever. Like, that doesn't necessarily mean that it was one like Uvalde, Texas, or one where somebody walked into a building with a gun and was just trying to indiscriminately kill people, or discriminately kill people. You know what I'm saying? Kill a bunch of people based on race or something general, right? So everybody's not just going batshit crazy that's getting reported as being partaking in a mass shooting. Sometimes this is like retaliation, gang wars, and all of that, and that's all getting lumped in there as well. So when you hear those numbers, understand that they are inflated, or you might be emotionally reacting to the wrong number, to an inflated number. You know what I'm saying? But even if you deflate that number to what it actually is, the mass shootings we're really worried about, we're worried about all of them, but the ones that we don't know what the cause is that keep happening, whatever, the most worrisome ones, because we don't know, those shootings, I think, need a little more investigation. What's up with all of this lazy conclusion that, oh, these are happening because of guns? Like, I'm not feeling that. Even the main sources for Black Fox News will jump into these conclusions, and it's not a fair one. There are trends with these. Why are there so many military people that are actually being caught at doing these mass shootings? Why are there so many Republicans or right wings or racist people that are actually getting caught doing these mass shootings? And this whole argument that, oh, well, what do you need a AR-15 for? What do you need machine guns for? Now, first off, I'm from the hood, so I'm not even speaking shit. If anything, I might be defending people that hate me, because a lot of these Second Amendment right motherfuckers be racist as shit, right? But nevertheless, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. You can't say that you don't need the people, that people don't need AR-15s or machine guns, when we just watched a rogue president and Donald Trump, his stupid ass, actually tried to roll out martial law on the entire country during the protest when George Floyd had got killed. So you got all of those officers going into people's streets, you know what I'm saying, shooting people or whatever, like still having a battle shit in court for that to this day. That going on, and you know, this is coming from this is on the right wing or whatever. The people on the left were livid. But if something like that could happen, and very well is going to even be worse, if you completely disarm the people from being able to defend themselves from an attack like that. 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 people coming on your block with guns, whatever, only a machine gun could protect you. The only thing that would even scare them, deter them from taking whatever and making you do whatever are machine guns. So let's act like we don't understand that argument. That's why it was even put there in the first place. So let's clear our heads when we're talking about this gun legislation shit. Let's get to the real bottom of this. Why are we not considering programs like Orion, where they use hypnosis and all of that, where CIA actually has practiced these things? Why are we not talking about MK Ultra? Why are we not talking about these things? I'm not no far-reaching conspiracy theorist, you know what I'm saying? These are facts that I'm talking about, real government programs that they have. I'm a whole live editor-in-chief of my own news channel. Like, there's no lying or conspiracy reaching bullshit. Like, this is real facts. Why are these things not being considered? How do we know that some of the most corrupt organizations in the United States, like the CIA, like the FBI, like these police forces and these fraternal police orders, are not staging these events so that they can completely disarm the people and make their jobs easier? How do we can't rule this out. What we supposed to defend on the justice system that's in bed with the the police forces? Like, really? So I'm not saying that all of these things are staged. I'm not saying that anyone in particular is being staged. I have my hunches, but, like I said, I run a reputable news channel or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to keep shit factual. But nevertheless, we can't rule those things out. So the whole jump to, we need to have gun reform, watch the people that's saying that, because they might be either just trying to be demagogues, you know what I'm saying? Win support, win money, win sponsorship by just like jumping on the hot topic bandwagon within the media and doing it to the detriment of the world and definitely the country. Or these people might have an alternate agenda, ulterior motives. Like, you can't rule these things out unless they've been properly ruled out. And honestly, between the Democratic and the Republican parties, I don't trust none of y'all motherfuckers. So everybody wising up, man, because shit is happening and it's going to happen very quickly and with a lot of force. And if it's not met with force, it's just going to happen. Shit that you don't want to happen. 20 years ago, you would not have thought about, like, trying to disarm American people. Now, if you look at some of these social media sites, people are having this conversation. People are considering a society where the citizens don't have firearms. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing memes referencing what London did or whatever, but nevertheless, you're still going to have murder, so that's not really even directly solving the problem. Why are we not talking about our society at large? Our lust for blood and gore and violence. Not just in the movies, not just in the music, in the video games too, not just there, but even in the fucking government. Because what do our government does other than motherfucking send armies and all of that all over the world? New Roman Empire shit. So let's stop it. That stuff comes up in the news. Let's not act like we don't have a sick society. I agree with the Republicans when they suggest, even Herschel Walker, dumb talking ass, like stuttering ass, talking about how, like, essentially we have to look at the mental health side of it more so. Like, I do agree with that. I think we can't rule that out. Otherwise, we're just being dumb and looking like we caping for good. Because, oh yeah, we don't want guns, we don't want war. That's what the enemy would want, to rock you to sleep. It wants you to disarm yourself. Then what you gonna do? Trump come back in office. Y'all motherfuckers know, if y'all been following the channel, y'all would know. Donald Trump has his own White House. This is a fact. I reported on this already when he did it. Now, if you notice, from the insurrection, from the people that are still in politics today, he damn near has his own government support. He can form his own government. He can form his own army. His money and connections worldwide are long enough to where he can form his own worldwide global connections. If Trump wanted, he can start his own racist, trashy version of the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? This is real. Like, so, and these are all the pro-right gun motherfuckers or whatever. So they gonna be strapped. 50 of them niggas come down your block while none of y'all is strapped. You think y'all gonna change something with peaceful protests or some shit? Like, niggas need to get real, man. If you're not investing in weaponry, and if you're not trying to revolutionize the way you eat, become more reliant on God and the earth instead of the system itself, if you're not investing in your own security and the protection of your family and of your friends and your community and even your own economy, your local economy and abroad, then you ain't doing shit. Stop all the fucking preaching. Green Wall and graduation.